Ever found yourself losing sleep over the most absurd things? From the fear of running out of toilet paper to the anxiety of not having enough snacks to get through a Netflix binge. Today, I'm diving into some of the unique worries that keep Americans up at night. You won't believe what people are actually stressing about.
You better take cover.
You know, it's fascinating to think about all the things that can keep us up at night. The things that make us anxious and the things that consume our daily thoughts. And let's be honest, living in the US, there are some unique sets of worries that might seem ridiculous to the rest of the world. So let's explore them. Ever wondered why using a public restroom in the US feels like preparing for a high-stakes mission? Public restrooms are a source of endless worry for many people. From concerns about cleanliness to the availability of facilities, countless people hesitate before stepping inside. In contrast, other countries seem to have a much more relaxed attitude towards this issue. Take Japan, for instance, where public toilets are often immaculate and easily accessible. Most public toilets in the US are like a privacy nightmare. Now, seriously, the bottom gap in the door is so big, it's like 15 to 20% of the size of the door. You may as well be in a glass box. And those side gaps, why are they there? You're sitting there, you're doing your business, and you can literally count the number of people that are waiting outside. And it feels like they're narrating your every move. Oh, look, now he's wiping. Oh no, he's sitting back down again. It's like a live action show where you're the star and the audience is just waiting for you to flush and get out of there so they can have their turn. Can we please get some doors that actually provide privacy? I just want to do my business without feeling like I'm on display for everyone to see. What if the way we view meal portions says more about our culture than we realize? In America, we are in a constant tug of war with our plates, worrying if our servings are too big or too small. It's like a high-stakes game of portion roulette. 1 minute, we're fretting over whether we're about to enter a food coma, and the next, we're eyeing that sad little salad, wondering if it's enough to even satisfy the price tag. We're caught in this constant whirlwind of calorie counting and value for money debates, all while trying to navigate the fine line between being health conscious and indulging in the glorious abundance of American culture. So what does this say about us? In contrast, in many other countries, portion sizes are naturally smaller and food isn't approached with the same consumer-driven mentality. Europeans, for instance, may find it strange how much time Americans spend debating whether they should supersize their meals or cut back for health reasons. Americans often find themselves in this hilarious tug-of-war between fitness and fashion when they hit the gym. It's like a runway show meets a sweat fest. From meticulously selecting the trendiest workout gear, because who wants to be caught in last season's leggings, to ensuring that their form is on point for that perfect Instagram post. Gym anxiety is a very real struggle. Now, in many other countries where fitness culture is more laid back, individuals don't stress about looking perfect while breaking a sweat. Instead, they're more focused on actually enjoying the experience and staying active. So why don't we shift our mindset and remember that the most important part of working out is simply moving our bodies and having fun. Now, having the perfect lawn is an oddly specific source of anxiety for many Americans. It's like a full-time job that comes with a side of existential dread. Whether it's mowing on time to avoid the dreaded hayfield look, pulling weeds like they're the enemy, or obsessively checking to ensure that vibrant green hue is just the right shade, the pressure is real. And let's not forget the lengths that some will go to for that perfect lawn. There are more gadgets and gizmos involved than in a sci-fi movie. Sprinkler systems that could water a small town, lawn care apps that track every blade of grass, and even neighborhood competitions for the best yard. It's a turf war out there and everyone wants to be crowned the king or queen of green. Why is having the perfect lawn such a significant source of stress for many Americans? Sure, we can blame HOAs to some extent, but the pressure to maintain an immaculate yard is very real. Have you ever wondered why Americans go to such lengths to prepare for emergencies? Stocking up on flashlights, batteries, and canned goods is a common practice in the US, where natural disasters are a frequent concern. While there's nothing wrong with being ready for emergencies, people in countries with fewer severe weather events often find this habit peculiar. For instance, in Europe, where extreme weather is less common, the phenomenon of doomsday prepping can come across as surprising and even excessive. Having been through several tornadoes and living in what's called Dixie Alley, I must confess, I've joined the ranks of the prepared. I have a safe room stocked with all the essentials for when Mother Nature decides to throw a tantrum. I guess I'm turning American. Now, tipping practices can vary dramatically across the globe. But in the US, tipping has become almost a social obligation, where leaving a tip feels like a high-stakes math problem. You've got to calculate the right percentage while simultaneously worrying if a small tip might be seen as rude. Like, am I sending this waiter to therapy with my 10%? Meanwhile, a generous tip can feel like you're overspending on a luxury yacht instead of just a burger and fries. The reason behind the tipping frenzy? In the US, service workers often rely heavily on tips to make ends meet, which can turn a simple meal into a financial tightrope walk. You're not just paying for your food, you're also funding someone's rent, college tuition, and maybe even their dream of becoming a professional dog walker. Now, if we take a trip to Europe or Australia, where tipping is often rare or seen as entirely optional, there you might find that a friendly smile and a thank you are more than enough to show appreciation. You can enjoy your meal without the pressure of calculating tips like you're preparing for a math exam. Then there's the current trend of tipping screens when you go in to pick up your takeout, pay for your footlong at Subway, or even at department stores. No wonder we're feeling stressed. Speaking of tipping, hit the like button for me, and if you haven't already, join the ranks of From Down Under to Down South subscribers. Think of it as a way that you can tip me without it actually costing you anything. Have you ever wondered just how much college rankings influence your future? Well, many Americans are so fixated on these rankings that they're making life-altering decisions based on a number that sounds like it could be the score from a bad sports game. There's this widespread belief that if you don't attend a prestigious school, you might as well start practicing your barista skills now, because success is apparently reserved for those with a shiny diploma from the top 10. Now, this obsession turns the admissions process into a high-stakes reality show, where every essay feels like a dramatic monologue and every SAT score is treated like the golden ticket.
Okay, now Jackie did have a 2.5 GPA and her only extracurricular was snails.
Yeah, but I can tell from the hand-holding money that she has a solid business acumen. And no one else in the incoming class is focused on snails.
Very true. Snails are a weak spot for us.
Okay, great. 2 spots filled.
Have you ever felt the weight of your credit score hanging over you like a dark cloud? For many Americans, few things are more stressful than managing their credit scores. It's like having a tiny, judgmental accountant living in your wallet, constantly whispering, "You really shouldn't have bought that extra large pizza last night." From the anxiety of late payments, where one missed deadline feels like you've just committed a financial crime, to the pressure of keeping your credit utilization low, it's a never-ending cycle of worry. You might find yourself checking your score more often than you check your social media. And let's be honest, that's saying something. In contrast, many other countries don't let credit systems dictate life to the same extent. Loan approvals often rely more on income history or personal guarantees, making the US obsession with credit scores seem excessive. Is the US drinking age a relic of a bygone era? It's like that stubborn grandpa who refuses to change. At 21, the drinking age sparks endless debates. Now, some argue that it keeps teens safe from wild parties and bad decisions, while others say if you can vote and serve in the military, why can't you enjoy a drink? In countries like France or Italy, where sipping wine with dinner starts in adolescence, America's drinking age debate feels a bit over the top. So while we're busy debating whether 21 is too high, they're toasting to life, making our stringent rules seem a bit unnecessary. I'll drink to that. Why are Americans so fixated on staying hydrated? It's like they've turned drinking water into a competitive sport. From lugging around those gigantic water bottles that could double as small children, to passionately debating the benefits of alkaline water like it's the latest political scandal. Meanwhile, in other parts of the world, people simply drink water when they're thirsty without overthinking it. So let's take a moment to reflect on our hydration habits and consider whether we're making it more complicated than it needs to be. Do you really need to have water blessed by Tibetan monks or infused with organically grown cucumbers in order to quench your thirst? These worries aren't just abstract concepts. They're like the plot twists in a reality show. Real people living through real drama. Acknowledging them is the first step towards understanding that we're all just trying to survive in this crazy world. And let's also not forget the power of humour. Sometimes laughing at our worries really is the best medicine. Hooroo, mateys.